Timeless reading for Aries, starting with the card Summer, followed by Relief, Barrenness, Abundance, God, and Go or Leave. This reading feels very, very positive. It also feels like, literally like summer, even though maybe by the time you find this reading, it might be winter, it might be cold, and maybe the heat is something that you are longing for. And I feel like you will get that. This is very obvious to me because, we have summer and we have this desert card. It says barrenness, and barrenness, it sounds like something is dead, something is dried up, dried out. Even though I painted it in this way that there is a little bit of growth here, even in the driest desert. But somehow this barrenness card, in your case, in your reading, it just reminds me of heat. Excessive heat, but maybe that's what you need. Maybe it's just a trip to the sauna, I don't know, but it seems to be something that you are longing for. If you are someone who hates heat, maybe this reading is not for you. This is for someone who is suffering with the cold. Someone who might also be overworked, very stressed out, but there is a time of vacation coming towards you. Because that's what the summer card also in some cases means. It's warmth, it's heat, it's summer, it's vacation. Even if you live in the iciest country in the world, if you have some money, maybe you can fly, take time out, fly to a place where it's really warm. We have the relief card, and what I'm also seeing is that there is the ocean, we have water here. The water here is a representation of heat. So, there is sun, there is heat in the relief card here as well. That's why this bird is experiencing this kind of relief by having a sip of water, taking a plunge in the water. There is so much heat in your reading here in the first spread. So the water is also a good sign because yes, it is hot, yes, it may be dry, but there is water here as well. There's an entire ocean, there is water here, and there's a tiny growth here. So it's not a devastating kind of heat, not an unhealthy heat. It's just a very pleasant warmth. In the second row we have and I feel like in the first row, because usually I also want to interpret these cards in a more profound way, not just saying things like there will be a vacation, there will be some time out, there will be physical warmth. Sometimes I read some kind of metaphors in these cards, but in your case I don't. This is very simple here to me. This is what you need. There is something about your physical needs that have to be met. Maybe you have been spending a lot of time in the cold. Maybe you have been working in the cold a lot. And it's just too much for you. You need holidays, you need vacation, you need warmth, you need rest. And this is what you are going to get. We have abundance here, also another indication that this barrenness card, you don't have to take it at all in a negative way. This is a very good card in your case because there is no literal barrenness. There is just a hot desert, but there is still abundance. Nothing is dying, nothing is fading out. You will have enough of everything and you will not have to worry. So sometimes when people take vacation, they are unlucky. Suddenly they get sick. They have worked and worked and worked for weeks and months, and then they take a time out and suddenly they become sick, or something happens just briefly before they go into vacation, and then they worry during their vacation all the time and they cannot even enjoy their time out. Sometimes it's very unlucky. But in your case, it's not. Like, it's really utterly positive, you're reading. Like, you really deserve this kind of time out. There is, even with the God card, a lot of spiritual growth here. And we have sun here. We have some kind of sun. It's light. It's bright. There is so much brightness here. This is so positive. It's warm and bright. with the go and leave card. Yes, on one hand, it refers again to going on a vacation, but here I also see something else. It's like either during this vacation you might have a realization about a job change. It could also be that you have been in a very burdening and terrible job for a very long time, but you have saved a lot of money and maybe you already have a new job inside. So maybe it's not just a vacation from a job, maybe you entirely quit a terrible job, already having something new inside, and you will be utterly enjoying your vacation because you know after this vacation you never have to go back to this terrible job again because you already have something better. It could also be that even when you come back after your vacation, you will leave your apartment, your house, move somewhere else, like just leave something very burdening in your life behind. Like you just are fully aware here, completely enjoying your holidays, knowing when you come back, everything will change for the better. And it's not, sometimes maybe we have problems in the partnership, maybe we have problems in the household, in the neighborhood, and at work. Everything at once is so annoying. And even if you take a time out, you always have the worry in the background, like, okay, now I have 2 weeks of vacation, but when I come back, there will be the same old mess again. But in this case, it's not that way. You are fully aware that when you get back, things will be getting better. There's a very positive change here, yet we have the trauma card at the bottom of the deck. I don't know where this suddenly comes from, because everything here is so positive. There is something about still being stuck in the past, even if you're not aware of it. Like our bodies, they store traumatic events, even if we have repressed memories of our trauma. Our body and our emotions, they remember, even if our mind doesn't remember. So there's something here. I don't think that this will come up in your holiday. Oh my God, I'm suddenly getting something. Like whatever you're leaving behind and taking a vacation from, knowing you will never have to go back to that situation, this triggered some kind of trauma, this old situation, but you are fully aware that you are leaving this behind. And maybe you were struggling for several years with the effects of a trauma that happened to you, but now you have healed. And now the person who was once responsible for causing that trauma to you, now that you pull your heart back in, you pull your positive energies back in and integrate them back into your body, mind, and emotions, someone else will be left with their own negative energies. Maybe they were very good at projecting onto you, at captivating your positive light, while they exchanged it with their negative emotions and pushed them into you. But now there's a reversal of that energy, and this person is getting their own energy back that you have carried for them for a long time, and you are getting your heart and your light back. There is a lot of light here. And then this person will be forced to deal with their own negative emotions, thoughts, and energies that they used to shift, force onto you. Now I understand where the trauma card comes from. The first moment I pulled it, I was a little bit surprised because I thought, oh my God, this is so positive. And then I saw the trauma card at the bottom of the deck and I felt a little bit triggered by it, and I was wondering if you will feel triggered by that. I kept looking at the cards here like, no, this doesn't fit. And then I realized this is the healing of your trauma, but someone else will have to take responsibility for causing that trauma to you, and then they will have to deal with their own stuff that they once forced onto you. I'm going to pull some health and lifestyle cards for you, and you can interpret these cards for yourself. I'm not going to do that for you in this case. Fever, a lot of heat again. B12, hands, protein, coffee, gift, alcohol or cut alcohol, and swim. And the last one is sunlight, another sun. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.